Nation celebrates Independence Day today. Countrymen recall war heroes, the valiant sons of the soil, with deep respect and love. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus place wreaths at National Memorial marking the Independence Day. Spirit of Liberation War has been tarnished in previous era. Mass upsurge was aimed at reviving the spirit of Liberation War of 1971, says local government advisor. Those who want to put 1971 and 2024 against each other have evil intentions, says Nahid Islam. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir demands immediate election after implementing minimum reform. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus now in China on a 4-day visit to attend conference of Boao Forum for Asia. City dwellers leaving Dhaka to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, train stations and bus terminals overcrowded with homebound people. Israeli forces advancing to clear Gaza and Bangladesh national football team returned home after taking part in AFC Asian Cup preparatory matches in India. Assalamu alaikum. This is News at 10. Those were the headlines. I'm Mahmoud Rahman. We'll move on now to the details. Bangladesh is recalling the heroic sons of the soil with respect and love, marking the great independence and national day today. 26 March is the most glorious day for the Bengali nation. The whole country is celebrating the breaking of the chain of subjugation. Earlier in the morning, the day heralded with 31 gun salute across the country, including Dhaka. In separate messages, President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus have greeted the countrymen on the occasion of Independence and National Day. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus paid rich tributes to the martyrs of the War of Liberation on the occasion of the Independence Day. At first, the President paid tributes by placing wreath at the National Memorial in Shavar this morning. After placing wreaths, the President stood in solemn silence for some time as a mark of respect to the memories of the martyrs of the Great War of Liberation in 1971. A smartly turned out contingent drawn from 3 services presented a state salute when bugles played the last post. Chief Justice, advisors, Cabinet Secretary, chiefs of the 3 services, freedom fighters, diplomats, political leaders and high civil and military officials were present. Later, President Mohammad Shahabuddin signed the visitors' book kept at the National Memorial. Soon after the President, Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus paid rich tributes to the martyrs of the War of Liberation by placing wreath at the National Memorial. After placing wreaths, he stood in solemn silence for some time as a mark of respect to the memories of the martyrs of the Great War of Liberation in 1971. A smartly turned out contingent drawn from 3 services presented a state salute. Chief Justice, advisors, Cabinet Secretary, chiefs of the three services, freedom fighters, diplomats, political leaders and high civil and military officials were present. Later, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus signed the visitors' book. After the President and Chief Advisor paid their respects, members of the Advisory Council and people from all walks of life honoured the nation's brave heroes by placing flowers at the National Memorial in Sawar. Inspired by the spirit of independence, they expressed their commitment to building a new Bangladesh free from discrimination. People from various professions gathered at the National Memorial with flags and flowers to pay tribute to the valiant martyrs who sacrificed their lives for Bangladesh's independence. Political parties also laid wreaths to show deep respect for the nation's fallen heroes. Although the independence achieved in 1971 faced setbacks multiple times, especially for the past 17 years, students and citizens have taken to the streets to break the chains of oppression imposed by the fascist regime. During the July mass uprising, the younger generation once again liberated Bangladesh with their blood, marking a second victory for independence. The Red and Green Nation witnessed a new dimension in the struggle for freedom of speech and civil rights. Many believe that the 2024 uprising took place to protect the independence gained in 1971. Various social, cultural and volunteer organizations also paid tribute by placing flowers at the memorial. Speakers emphasized that the opportunity created by the 2024 student and public uprising to build a new Bangladesh must be seized with the spirit of independence. As the day progressed, the National Memorial's altar was covered with flowers, symbolizing deep respect and love for the nation. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and his wife Dr. Rebecca Sultana hosted a reception at Bango Bhavan this afternoon, marking the Independence Day. The President exchanged greetings with invited guests at the function. Chief Justice, advisors, judges, chiefs of different commissions, Cabinet Secretary, chiefs of three services, ambassadors and high commissioners of different countries, senior political leaders, high civil and military officials and distinguished citizens attended the function. Later, President Mohammad Shahabuddin took part at special munajat prior to iftar. On the occasion of Independence Day, BNP leaders led by Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir paid tribute by placing wreaths at the tomb of the late President Ziaur Rahman. Leaders from BNP's central and affiliated organizations, along with BNP Standing Committee member Mirza Abbas, BNP Chairperson's advisor Amanullah Aman, Barrister Mahbubuddin Khokon, BNP Senior Joint General Secretary Ruhul Kabir Rizvi, Joint Secretary Generals Khairul Kabir Khokon and Habibul Nabi Khan Sohail, BNP Publicity Secretary Shahiduddin Chaudhry Ani were present at the event. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir stated that after minimal reforms, elections should be held as soon as possible. He emphasized that in the absence of a democratic government, the people are being deprived in various ways, and that's why, for the sake of the country, elections are necessary. He further added that the nation will forever remember Ziaur Rahman's contribution to independence. He criticized the past government for attempting to undermine Zia's legacy, but asserted that he remains beloved by the people. Later, BNP's Dhaka Metropolitan North and South units, along with affiliated organizations including Jatiyotwadi Jubo Dol, Jatiyotwadi Sechchajabok Dol, Jatiyotwadi Chhatro Dol, Jatiyotwadi Mohila Dol and Jatiyotwadi Shromik Dol also paid tribute by placing flowers at Zia's mausoleum. Home Advisor Lieutenant General retired Mohammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhry paid glowing tributes to the martyred police personnel during the Great War of Liberation, marking the Independence and National Day. He paid the rich tribute to the martyrs after placing a floral wreath at the police memorial Rajarbagh police lines in the capital at 8 a.m. today. Special Assistant to the Chief Advisor Mohammad Khudabakhsh Chaudhry and Inspector General of Police IGP Baharul Alam also paid tributes to the great sons of the soil. DMP Commissioner S.M. Sazat Ali, RAB Director General AKM Shahidur Rahman, President of Bangladesh Police Service Association, Additional IGP Administration Mohammad Mutiur Rahman Sheikh, leaders of Bangladesh Police Women Network BPWN, paid tribute to the martyred police members by placing wreaths at the police memorial. A well-equipped police team gave a guard of honour, then a sad tune was played on the bugle. Marking the occasion of the Great Independence and National Day 2025, the day's ceremonies commenced at dawn in Dhaka with a 31-gun salute. In the old airport area at Tejgaon in the capital, an artillery regiment of Bangladesh Army saluted the heroic martyrs of the Great War of Liberation by firing 31 shots from 6 guns. The Great Independence and National Day is being observed across the country with due dignity and enthusiasm this year, like every year. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus arrived in Hainan, China today on a 4-day official visit. A special China Southern flight carrying the Chief Advisor and his entourage landed at Gallantry International Airport in the evening. On his arrival, Vice Governor of Hainan Province Liu Dengshan and Bangladesh Ambassador to China Mohammad Nazmul Islam received the Chief Advisor at the airport. The Chief Advisor was warmly welcomed at the hotel when he reached there from the airport. The Chief Advisor will address the WOW Forum for Asia conference tomorrow, focusing on the changing role of Asia in the world. The Chief Advisor will hold a formal meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping at the Great Hall in Beijing on March the 28th. Family members of recipients of Bir Shrestha Gallantry Awards were given a reception at Bongo Bhavan on the occasion of Great Independence Day. President Mohammad Shahabuddin exchanged greetings with them. Liberation War Affairs Advisor Farooq-e-Azam, President's Office Secretary Khan Mohammad Noorul Amin, Military Secretary Major General Mohammad Adil Chaudhry and Secretary of Liberation War Affairs Ministry Israt Chaudhry were present. The Military Secretary to the President and Secretary of Liberation War Affairs Ministry handed over gifts to family members of recipients of Bir Shrestha Gallantry Awards. Compared to the past few days, the pressure of homebound e-travellers at Dhaka's bus terminals has slightly increased from today. People travelling expressed their joy and relief about a smooth journey. However, some passengers complained about excessive fares charged by certain long-distance transport companies. Although help desks have been set up at bus terminals to address passenger issues, no staff were found at the Saidabad terminal's help desk between early morning and 10 a.m. Transport officials stated that since educational institutions are closed this year, many people have left Dhaka earlier, reducing the overall passenger rush. Meanwhile, Komalapur railway station was packed with passengers from early morning. On the third day of Eid train journeys, all trains departed on time, with passengers expressing satisfaction with the railway management. Additionally, the Railway Ministry's advisor, Fawzul Kabir Khan, inaugurated the Noshingdi Commuter 1 and Noshingdi Commuter 4 trains. At the event, he stated that the interim government is focusing on the needs of living people outside Dhaka and other major cities. The United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution on the scope, modalities, format and organization of the high-level conference on the situation of Rohingya Muslims and other minorities in Myanmar under the sponsorship of Malaysia and Finland on Tuesday. The permanent representative of Bangladesh, Ambassador Mohammad Salauddin Noman Chaudhry, made an intervention during the open debate session and proposed a vote on this resolution, as Russia had proposed several amendments that Bangladesh did not accept. The President of the General Assembly convened the vote and the resolution was adopted with 141 votes in favour. There was no vote against the resolution. However, 10 countries abstained from voting. The adoption of this resolution is a significant landmark in resolving the Rohingya issue in the future, as it comes at a time when Dhaka is planning to organise a special summit on the Rohingya crisis in New York in September.
মা ক্ষুধা লাগছে খাইতে দাও টেবিলে খাবার রাখা আছে